from July of 2024 until April of this last year, 2026, I 90% of the time was pet sitting for animals through the app that the owner of the property that I was at in Astoria had mentioned to me. And it was great. It gave me the time to really actually calm my nervous system, regulate my nervous system, get into somatic therapy, do breath work as much as I could, because I've realized that every time I do any sort of continuous breath work for more than like 5 minutes, my sinuses start to feel inflamed. It's like my nose feels like it was whenever I was like taking in water as a child, anytime my siblings were trying to drown me. So it would bring me back to those memories, which then would be fine because then I'd use internal family systems to go back and rescue those parts and demolish my siblings and babysitter. But it actually gave me the time to really hone in on my healing and really get down to what I need to do and facing some traumatic memories, releasing some emotions that were still being held, diving deeper into my akashics, closing out some loops with people that were running for over a decade who I hadn't even spoken with or spoken to in over a decade. It was just literally catching all of my parts up and all of myself up to the present moment and getting me out of living in the past, as well as opening up my heart, because most of the animals I fell in love with, and it was amazing. And a lot of the animals actually brought up animals that I had met in my past and sat for in the past. And it was actually a really fun experience. As well, it gave me ideas of what I do like and don't like in a house. I got to live in homes with some wood burning stoves, different kinds. So it was amazing. You know, I got to live the life that I've always wanted to and always been curious about, living on up to 60 some acres at some places. Spending this last winter, a couple months along the coast, the Oregon coast, for 2 months on like 40 some acres. It was amazing. It brought in some incredible experiences. I got to meet some great people, which same with Airbnb. Anytime the sits didn't match up perfectly, I would either get an Airbnb or I'd go back to Astoria, which ended up being my home base for the last 2 years. And it worked really perfectly, and it allowed me to really get into my healing in more levels that I was able